Oh my gosh, we're back again. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're back with episode 3 of chapter 3 of Echo of the Astral Sea. That was not a rhyme I had planned, but here we are. Um, so I think we're all feeling a lot better than we did last week. I know personally, yes, both literally and metaphorically. And I think having Alex back, it's nice to have you back, buddy.
Thank you. Yes, had a bit of a celebration going on, so unfortunately, family
Important
comes
stuff.
first.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course, we also have Velen or Matt. Okay.
Hello. Yes. Okay. There we are. Sorry, I had my
desktop
mic
audio.
muted, but now it's a. Thank you so much, Mark. It is so good to hear your voice. It is so good to see everyone's faces tonight. I'm very excited for this episode. Last episode we had some technical difficulties. Alex was gone. The snowstorm was in peak. Dayton was falling in and out. All of us were falling in and out, but we persevered.
Persevere.
And got it done, and I'm so glad we did. And we're back tonight. I'm super excited. I'm Matthew Roberts. I'm playing Velen Yosai, the club's Astral Elf, Artificer Warlock. And last 2 weeks episode has left me a bit unsure of what's going on and defensive and ready to find a place to just chill. So I cannot wait for tonight's episode. Mark, it is so good to see you.
Yeah, and it's good to see all of you. Of course, aside from Matt, we also have the other 3 wonderful players. We have Marina.
Hey everyone, I am Marina playing the Jade Fox, and I'm happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have Dayton.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Yeah, last session was a little rough for us, but I'm pretty excited to see what this one has.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back to it. All right, so I forgot to take session notes, so this is going to be a little rough, but here we go. Last time on Echo of the... Oh, what am I doing? Introductions of the whole session of the campaign. We are running a Light of Xerxes campaign. It is a heavily modified Light of Xerxes campaign. Any of you that have already run the module itself, you'll see some familiar names, a couple small similar narratives. I've done a lot of rewriting around a lot of the characters, so you see characters like Mert and Crux. They're all doing different things than they would have in that module because it serves a larger narrative that I have written. But of course, it is, thank you very much to Wizards for having made that module. Light of Xerxes clearly captured my imagination, and we are where we are. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. And last time on Echo of the Astral Sea, Jade rowed the Brothers of Grey ship alongside Boswell to the docking structures of Kazar Dome. The tree-like structures which were evenly spaced, with evenly spaced straight branches shaped like tuning forks to hold the ships. Moments later, the ship is struck by something, stunning Oric the Plate and giving Jade and Boswell a moment to flee. With the intention of getting into the fight alongside to help people, Malik offers Tin Man and Velen a ride into the fray. They attempt to hop on, but Malik jets off early and Velen fails an attempt at reaching for the Autognome, who falls, but with little fear. Instead, he smirks and activates his slow fall ability, in the form of thrusters that peek out from the seams of his body. He touches down at a tactically advantageous location and surveys the situation. Velen and Malik arrive moments later and come face to face with an Eater of Knowledge, a hulking aberrant with a towering frame, vicious psionic magics, and viscous red skin, tailor-built for what their name implies in the worst possible way. Jade and Boswell make distance and seek to find Velen and Tin Man, who have linked up and are taking pot shots, involved but not committed. Malik very much, however, has committed to this fight, and using his jammer bike as an improvised ram, helps deal a considerable amount of damage to one of the Eaters of Knowledge, and then wades into the fight himself. Behind all of this is a sphere that is chewing up Kaiser Dome, overseen by a small mind flayer and its cadre of cultists. The party notices the sphere growing bigger, and one of the Brothers of Grey calls for them to shoot the Illithid leader that's leading the chant. Tin Man nods, assuring her that he'll spend no more than the time strictly necessary on a problem he doesn't consider his own, and takes the shot. Both are immaculate, and Tin Man strikes the Illithid not once, but twice. It lurches in pain from the first shot and loses its balance from the second, tumbling forward, injured and bleeding into the very sphere it had created. The sphere itself, no longer tethered by the Illithid, begins to fluctuate. The excess energy needs to go somewhere. Sensing the danger, the party begins beating a hasty retreat. Valen grabs Tin Man, Jade, and Boswell, riding the shockwave to safety. Jade is deafened by the impact of the psionic energies and struggles to communicate with the team for a long moment. They stop and catch their breath as Malik joins them, almost entirely devoid of his clothes as he'd been caught very close to the center of the blast, but otherwise alive. The party needles the exhausted barbarian with some questions, which he's generally happy to answer. The attacks have been happening more lately, and Malik believes them to be a testing of their defenses. Something changed in Khazar-dûm, and by Malik's estimate, it happened about 5 years ago, and the attacks have been happening ever since, albeit an increasing occurrence. Malik looks up and sees a figure heading your way. He excitedly jumps up and leads the party over to an imposing, broad-shouldered tabaxi with a white gold mane and a serious face. Wearing a greatcoat shimmering with metals and a cane to support his limb, Malik introduces the party to Boladora Elo, wall guard of Tower Elo and Malik's boss. He stands about 60 feet distant yet as Malik is approaching, and he seems to be stopped and watching alongside the 3 guards on either side of him as he surveys the group of you. You could see him speaking with Malik for a brief moment, and then Malik waves you over. What would you like to do?
I think it's going to be important to get some aid and resources to the survivors on our ship from the Rock of Brawl. So, if you guys, I don't know, what are you guys thinking here?
We stick around, we're getting ourselves wrapped up into something. But you're right, there isn't many other places we can go, especially with the people we have aboard.
Yeah, we got to find somewhere safe for them before anything, or our word won't be worth the weight in stardust.
We owe it
Where
to 'em.
are we right now?
You are about 900 feet distant from where the Ela turn is. You're in the middle of or just off to the side of a Brothers of Grey encampment where this attack seemed to have happened. So you're in sort of a main walkway or throughway where the folk who work and train around here frequent. But there is the fallout. You can actually see that around you, several of the injured are being tended to, and this entire open area has sort of been turned into something of a triage area. The medics, those with the skills to help and heal, are actively doing so as the best they can.
All right, so I would assume I'm still on our ship with the survivors since I wasn't at the attack. Unless you've come in, like, you've gathered all of us. Like, I don't know where Nico is at the moment.
So if Nico would have headed towards the group, which I would not have put past him, it would have happened probably within the last 10 to 15 minutes after things calmed down. So it would have been easy for you to reach them right about now if you'd like.
Okay. So yeah, Nico just comes running up. Hey guys, whoa, that was kind of crazy. Everybody cool? Everybody okay? Look, I don't want to be the guy that rushes this, but we really got to get the people off the ship. It's cramped, it's crowded. People are impatient.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we go rushing, we're gonna cause ourselves some trouble. Let's see if we can enlist some folks to help us out here. They do things right. Maybe we can kind of look over at Valen, shuffle out in the chaos.
You want to
Shuffle.
put a bunch of civilians in danger?
I wouldn't say they're in danger here.
I would certainly hope that fine gentleman approaching us a little nicer than the kind of glancing back over my shoulder wall of man meat that just about did you in there, Miss Fox.
I already miss him.
Seems to me like this island's got a couple different factions on it. Let's see if we can make friends of at least one of them.
I don't disagree, Tin Man. That sounds like a good idea.
Nico is just giving all of you what the hell happened look.
And Mark, I don't think we've addressed it or not, but do I still have my mask on?
You do. You have not taken it off.
Okay.
Is Boswell standing next to us?
Boswell is standing nearby. He's attempting to flag down a medic to deal with what scratch was left on him from after you healed his knife wound.
Jade will tend to him enough to stop the bleeding with a salve or something.
He watches as you track him down. I'm trying to find professional help.
I told you to stay around me. I don't need you to be running off and getting into trouble again. Do you understand?
Trouble is there to be gotten into. I'm harmed. I've
Right.
gotten into trouble.
Do you want to get hurt even more?
Is that a threat?
It's quite a few things. I don't make threats, I make promises.
I want
You're
you to make an
coming with
intimidation check. And I'll give you advantage because he's seen what you can do.
Yeah, of course.
It's
That
going to be
is
very difficult.
A 13 and an 11. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I appreciate you calling those out. It's going to be difficult for me to do business here if I have to be tethered to your side.
I'm well aware of that. Follow me.
Wait,
Okay.
Boswell, I thought
Nico,
you knew these people. How
the
did you
Brothers
get?
of Grey.
Yeah. You said you had an in and you were all like buddy with them.
I said that my bosses had dealings with them. I have not personally dealt with them. I thought that some common ground would help, but they do not seem the type to like common ground.
So judging by that, how are you? Anyways, you Boswell, go find some help. Yeah.
Jade just squints at
He-
Nico.
He doesn't budge from Jade's side, but he gives you a nod as if, yes, I will go find help, but I'm not moving.
Boswell has a couple questions to answer, doesn't he, Boswell?
It seems I do.
So that quiet place where we're going to debrief, we need to select it. Surely there's an alley somewhere that we could go hide and talk.
I don't think we're going to lose these eyes. They're walking right towards us right about now. I'm going to turn around and kind of like wave at them. All right, lock in, guys.
Miss Fox, if you want to slip out, now's the time. We'll play diplomacy here for you.
You don't want me around. I have stuff to
What?
talk to you about.
Oh, sorry, it sounded like you were looking to slip out.
We'll see what you guys do.
As you
No,
go ahead, Nico.
Look, we honestly, we should actually talk about our our angle before this meeting happens, but that's not going to happen. So
Yes.
I get why Jade wants to slip away.
She's
Um,
walking up right
it's
now. She's right behind us. And I'm gonna start waving like over your shoulder at him.
And they are on the approach. However, as Tin Man brings up giving Jade an out, Jade, at your opposite elbow from where Boswell is, you feel a small rush of air, and there's suddenly a stock still figure standing next to you. A shock of red hair pulled back into a svelte ponytail, and a pair of framed glasses on a well kept, um, made up face, wearing a very smart, sharp suit and carrying under her arm a set of folders. Charlotte stands there.
I thought you were talking about me.
Actually, Jade, we have business here.
Stupendous.
Excuse me? Who are you?
I am Miss Fox's personal assistant.
You've
It's-
all met. Don't tell me
it-
you've forgotten.
Captain, it's been a hectic week, but I do believe you've crossed her path more than once.
I'm just surprised she made it. I didn't know she made it.
My people are very well.
Very well. And I'm gonna kind of
Well-
turn back and look at to see if their leader's coming.
They're standing about 30 feet distant, and Malik is still waving you over.
I'll start walking towards them.
well,
Well,
he-
Miss Fox, do you want
as-
to come along with
as-
us, or
as Valen starts to walk towards, I will put my hand on Valen and be like, "What are you doing? You have a mask on. You haven't said a single word to most of the people around here. Like, you're gonna just want to saunter up and talk to them now?"
I'm gonna figure that out before I get there. I'm hoping you guys are gonna meet me up there too.
he's just gonna walk up?
Yeah, if
I-
if I gotta buy some time, I can go.
All right, well, let's do it, Valen.
let's start
And I'll follow behind Valen. I'm like, all right.
All right, so Valen, you're approaching. Nico, you're right behind him. Jade,
Yeah.
Tin Man.
Jade's gonna slip out. Not slip, but she'll say her goodbyes real quick and see what her associates need.
With that, Tin Man will nod his hat and quickly hustle up back behind these two.
Scarlet.
Skirt.
Stop. Yeah, skirt.
Skirt.
Scarlet looks at you, Jade. She sort of looks over the lensless frames. I'm just your cover.
Go get us a nice secret spot to hang out at.
Scarlet, do you have a good idea of this area? Where's a nice quiet place where we could go sit and have a safe moment?
Out here, that's tough to find. I think the best you could do is getting the ship clear and using the one place we know we brought with us.
The ship does seem like a safe place, considering. Are you able to report on Sable, his whereabouts, what he's up to?
I've tried, and I've yet to be able to get through to him.
I need you to try again, dear.
I will.
Is there another way that we could reach him? I haven't been able to buzz him in my reader.
I have an emergency option, but let's see if we can try the conventional methods first.
I have reason to believe you may be in a lot of trouble. So if you haven't been able to reach him, And considering what I've discovered with my little friend here, there's a lot on the line. So go ahead and see about that, please.
Understood. And she'll give a small incline of her head as if you were her employer and turn and stalk away.
Oswald, on me. We're heading back to the ship.
Understood. Don't have much of a choice.
You have a choice, Boswell. I just want to make sure that we're safe before you're off on your own. You were nearly killed. Had I not been there, you wouldn't have a head. So I've got you right in a few ways, actually.
Yes. Though I am loath to admit it.
How much is your life worth? And we'll say this as we're walking.
Do I have a choice as to not answer that question?
We'll see in time, won't we?
I get the feeling that you'd be able to learn if you wanted.
I know quite a few things about you already, Boswell. Why do you think I have you around?
So you're saying I'm useful?
For now. Even though you did stab yourself.
Every time I've heard that.
Even though you did stab yourself with a dagger, obviously I can't use you for combat, aside from being a shield or distraction.
And even then, I'd probably do terribly. What good is a shield that screams when a blade is pointed at it?
Distractions have wonderful places on the battlefield.
And they're
behind
often
the
one
curtain.
use.
This is true. Anyways.
Yes, let us be back to the ship. Perhaps we can figure out what to do with these people. I do believe that your bosun, whoever the Thry-Kreen was, has got a good head about him for this kind of thing. Perhaps we can help him organize.
Surely you have assets that you can utilize to help these people be moved.
I can call them in, but I have no idea how long they'd be in coming. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in the butt crack of nowhere.
I did notice that. But with most of us having our magic abilities, surely there's a way to reach out farther. Don't you know people upstairs or around?
He looks up at the upper layer of Kaiser Dome. Out here, perhaps I can speak with some of the more reasonable of the Brothers of Grey. From a distance, outside of blade range, perhaps. Though some of them have magic and crossbow, but besides the point. I can try.
You are not going to talk to anyone from the Eldritch Foundry. No one. You're marked for death.
Very true. But the person currently holding my leash is saying that I am only useful for the moment. So, you understand my situation.
You're safer with me than you are with them.
You understand you asked me to wait for a blade in the back, then march bravely to a blade to my face.
I never said there was a blade to your back.
They rarely do.
You would have been gone by now.
But I'm useful. For now.
Boswell, I did not feel that your end was met there. I don't know how else to say that. A certain friend of ours would say, I saved you and I'm your hero, and I hope he chokes saying that, but I just felt that your end should not have been met there. So my lapse of judgment, take it as you will, but you're here. All I ask is that you help these people. Out of anyone else I could have taken, I picked you. Help.
I can do that.
Thank you.
May I ask one condition?
Shoot your shot.
I thought today, less than an hour ago, I was to be dead. I am on borrowed time. You've made clear yourself. Whoever holds said time That is not for me to decide at the moment. But when my time comes, I hope it's you.
We'll see what the dice roll. But for now, I need your assistance. Help these people.
Let us be about it.
Is that the thing?
Valen, Nico, and Tin Man, you approach Boladora Elo. He stands as a statue, shifting only ever so slightly. You can see that just from his stance, one of his legs seems to bother him. And he is supplementing that with a cane. The cane itself catches your attention in that it is almost a sheer white sort of wood, or there's a grain to it of sorts, and the handle is that of a silver dragon's head, or the top of it. He himself waits patiently for you to approach, but you could see, like I said, the antsiness in his stance. And as you get a bit closer within talking distance, Malik takes a step back. Boladora steps towards you and offers a hand.
I'll reach out and shake it without saying a word.
It is not for nothing that I see you here.
We
Bye.
appreciate you meeting us.
Yes. I have my reasons for being here as well, and it is fortunate that he looks at you, Nico, that you be here.
Me?
Correct.
Wait, you know me?
I know a friend of yours. In fact, he told me to expect you. After a fashion.
Oh! Wait! Are you talking about the crazy Minotaur guy?
The very same.
Oh! Yeah.
And the Rygar that he always has with him was here as well.
Yes. The love of my life, yes.
He surreptitiously reaches up and plays with a button on his collar, and sort of flashes it towards you, Nico.
I'm assuming it's the Water Bearers Union. Nico will very deftly do the coin roll across what pseudopod. Like, there's no actual figures, but he does the coin roll in the pseudopod of the same Water Bearer token that that Kanadex and Bladar gave me.
He gives a subtle nod. Yes, Kanadex was here, though he did not specifically tell me to meet you. Come with me. We should speak somewhere quieter.
Hey, while we do that, we got a big issue. We have about 300 plus people on our ship. I don't know if word's gotten out. The Rocka Brawl was attacked recently. We got survivors. I think we might have the only survivors. So, our ship can hold maybe 20. There's 300 on it. We need to get these people off and find support. Can we offload them here and figure out maybe transports, something?
Temporary sanctuary.
We can find a place for them to stay for the time being. There's plenty of empty barracks, though it pains me to say. It won't be the most comfortable, but it will work. And we have a partnership with ZI Way.
Well,
We'll be able to get them on a Zephyr arterial ship shortly.
Now you say shortly. I'm not familiar with this area, but I do know the maths. We are months away from any kind of ship.
Yes, and we receive supplies just about monthly, if they are on time, from some of the inner cities. And I do believe that perhaps we can petition them to bring an extra ship or two for these people.
Yeah. Your barracks issue. A lot of these people may not have anything to go back to. Just saying, some of them may want to go back. You got some recruitment people, you might be able to find some help.
Recruitment is a concern, however, training becomes a little more challenging with those that are unfamiliar.
This
It's
is
not
true,
a bad
but
idea. He looks over to Malik and gives him a wave, as in a go handle that. And Malik snaps a salute and jogs off towards the Ela turn. We should retire to somewhere a little quieter. Because the Rock of Brawlha,
agreed.
that is devastating news. Come with me. And he spins on his good leg and starts walking away. The 6 of his guards, 3 on either side, fall in behind him and begin following him.
Yeah, well, follow along, and I will, knowing that Jade is stealthed away, very, very loudly, just kind of say, "We're going with the big cat guy. Find us later."
I don't think Jade hears them.
No, not at all. The Bulladora turns, as I said, and begins walking away, and he leads you up through the main throughway that you were on. Around you, you can see what are purely functional buildings. They're designed in squares. It is literally just a shelter for someone to sleep and live within. You can see and smell the scents of polishing powder, of blade oil, of gun oil, and of all the other scents that one might associate with a barracks or a military training yard of a sort. The people around you, most of whom are wearing uniforms, run to and fro on different tasks and whatnot that they're being sent on. There seems to be a general franticness about everyone since this attack has happened, and you actually notice more people heading towards or the opposite direction of you than are heading the same direction. In fact, the group of you with Volodora seem to be sort of running against the tide, as it were. Ahead of you, you notice a large plane of metal slowly working its way down a pair of struts. And as it gets to just about where you can see on top of it, you can see that there are roughly 30 people standing on top of it, all in formation. You hear the call of a ready, and then the hydraulics of this elevator fall into place, the kshunk, as the mechanics seal it where it is for safety. And the person you heard yell ready in a slightly more nicer uniform, these folks are wearing purple and gold, you notice. And they head off and start jogging in formation towards where the attack happened.
Write that down. Purple and gold.
Bulladora sort of regards them with a passive look, but many of his soldiers are showing what is very, very ill-veiled disdain for this other group of soldiers. Bullador leads you onto this elevator, and it begins lifting off. Are any of you doing anything while you're on the elevator? It's about 300 feet across by 200 feet deep.
And so you mentioned that Elo is basically kind of giving them the not really the stink eye, but like looking down on the purple and gold soldiers, or vice versa.
You can make an insight check to determine.
Roll 'em,
I would-
baby. Show us what they can see.
That is an 8.
Bolador doesn't seem to be at all phased by them, and the soldiers themselves in the purple and gold don't seem to be paying any mind to him either. It's the soldiers that are following Elo that are showing the disdain towards the other soldiers, the ones that just came down on the elevator.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I probably don't clock that. It, other than like maybe they just don't like each other, kind of thing. So, okay. Continuing on.
Yep. After a moment, you feel the elevator shift and lurch and begin to slowly, elevate. It takes about a full 5 minutes for it to reach the upper part of Kaiser Dome. In the meantime, as you continue on your way up, before you reach the halfway point, you actually feel the oxygen getting thinner. And someone off to the side calls for, "Get the bubble." And a moment later, you feel a sort of a membrane expand over the elevator, and you can then breathe easily again. You lift out of the air bubble of Donan, or Lower Kaiser Dome, and then travel through about 300 feet of the Astral Sea itself. And after another 300 feet, you begin to enter the bubble of the upper part of Kaiser Dome. And then the bubble around the elevator, subsides. The elevator clicks into place, and around you on the upper level, you could see that this is where people live. This is where people do commerce. They exist. There's much more greenery up here. In fact, you seem to be off to the side of what looks to be a park. And as you stand, as you come up to the right, you see that there are houses. They are crudely built, and many of them seem to be made out of scrap or fixed up with chunks of materials that you don't really recognize, or materials that don't seem to go there. Some are cement and wood, some seem to be made out of chunks of metal, but it's all simple. It is clear that the people who live here live hard. It is a difficult place to live, living on the, as was stated, the butt crack of nowhere, especially when it's a place that is continuously under siege. Bolador leads you through the park and towards a building just on the other side of the park. Have any of you heard of the Bar Bastion?
Have I?
Have any of us heard of the Bar Bastion?
Tin Man, I would like you to make a history check at advantage.
Hey, this was on the study sheet. Why don't you remember it?
Yeah. That's a 6. Oh, 14.
You recall the Bar Bastion being one of the few places that people could regularly find the Silver Liner. It was something of his favorite establishment, without him having said it himself. I see a note of recognition in your eyes, Autognome. Do you know of this place?
Heard a thing or two. Certainly nowhere near here, though.
Yes, it is a bit out of the way. What's worse is it's beneath Tower Jennymead, so I don't often get to visit. However, Cads is off gallivanting, not watching his tower, and so I take that responsibility personally. and I will go to whatever establishment I damn well please.
Is there something going down at that particular establishment?
At the Bar Bastion? Only that been going there since I was young, and they know me there. Something of a local celebrity there, though, if I'm honest. When the entire population of Kazerdone is fewer than 2,000 people, everybody gets to know each other.
All stuck together on a floating rock, right? I know that
Something
feeling.
of that sort.
All right. Well, if this is our quiet spot, could certainly be worse dives.
The Bar Bastion is, like I said, set on the far side of this park. Its walls are of a pristine white, some sort of marble or other stone that is smooth and a sheen of white. It is accented with deep mahogany wood, so dark brown woods. And on the very front, the door itself has a large captain's or a ship steering wheel on the door. Right now, the place seems to be relatively quiet, but as you approach the Boladora and his soldiers, the soldiers move ahead, open the door for him, and they hold it for you as you enter as well. Are you entering the bar?
Yeah, Nico, without question. I'm in.
Nico just works his way and kind of look up at Valen, see what he does.
And my mask is shaking, yes.
All right, then we make our way in.
All right. As you enter the bar, the first thing that strikes you is the scent of smoke, of some sort of cigar or tobacco smoke. It is strong, but it has a sort of aroma, a more pleasant, fruity-like aroma to it. The ambient chattering of a few of the of the regulars sitting at the bar, which sort of dominates one wall of this establishment, with much of the rest of it being open floor plan, and the far back having closed booths that one could, rent or take, should they be of high enough stature. You get one little piece of information here.
I do love the information. Give me the information.
The first thing to strike you, the floor itself is made of the same mahogany, the dark brown, very nicely oiled. This place is very well kept despite the age you can see on almost everything. The bar itself, like I said, has a couple of regulars sitting at it. Two of them are conversing. There's one of the booths is taken up. And behind the bar, you see a mid-height copper dragonborn. He's got a towel slung over one shoulder, and he's got a large tankard in one hand, doing the bartender thing of cleaning the glass out. He looks up. "Elo, you're back. Nice to have ya." "It's good to be back. Do you have my booth ready?" "Of course. It's always yours. You know where to find it." Boladora, he nods just as Tin Man did, and starts heading back towards one of the booths. As he reaches it, he waves over his shoulder at his guards, and they take up positions both inside the front door and outside of the booth. He parts the velvet curtain and steps inside. Inside, you see what looks to be a rectangular table with a rounded booth seating arrangement in the back, and he takes his spot at the far back. He motions, "Please take your seat."
Yeah, I will take a seat very quietly, trying not to let my mask fall off, and like scooch over.
Tin Man, Nico.
Yeah.
Tin Man losing it.
I just imagine a waitress walks by. "No, darling, can you give me a booster seat?"
Yes.
I'll get that for you, darling.
Much obliged.
Is it covered in stickers and like cutely? Is it adorable? Oh my god.
I hope it is.
Would you like one that keeps your dignity, or are you just looking for anything that'll prop you up?
Dignity and tact preferred.
Understood. I'll be right back. She
Got a Hello Kitty side.
It's got little bells and like crayon.
Ching, 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 ching.
Yes, go ahead, Nico.
So you said you frequent this place, but he's saying it's been a while since you've been here. What's going on with that?
Busy lately, I bet.
Precisely. There hasn't been much time for luxury. On a day like this, at this time, this place would typically be packed. But those that would frequent here, save for those that are here, are either busy or dead. Say, after a moment, there is a rapping on the wood outside of the booth, and the velvet curtains pull back, and the waitress has this odd, like, spring contraption with a seat in it, and she hands it to you, and it's very rusty and rickety. So every time you shift or move, there's a very audible. She apologizes profusely. I'm so sorry, darling. We haven't had to use this. This is an officer's bar. There's not really children that come here. And most of the shorter folk, they don't really care if they sit a little beneath the level.
I fully understand. I'll make use with this.
Of course. Let me know if there's anything I can get for you.
Much obliged.
She nods and steps away. The curtains close.
Lean over to Nico. Dwarven folk don't tend to care, so I'm going to guess they probably don't get a whole lot of halflings or gnomes around here. It's okay, I understand.
Go ahead.
Nico clearly not understanding because Nico's it's like, just change your shape. If you need to be taller, just be taller.
Polidora.
Villain is absolutely trying to hold in the biggest laugh possible. Trying to.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Big audible guffaw.
Oh yes,
How does it
there it
matter?
is.
You let out that quick guffaw, and he does make noise.
And then I'll do like this over my mask.
All right. Seeing this, look, I'm gonna whisper to Valemi, like, dude, this guy's on the up and up. He knows somebody that's really close to me. You can take the mask off.
And then I'll like put my hands on the table, like all dramatic, like looking around even though no one's paying attention. And then I'll remove the mask and sit at the table and just kind of wait.
Yes, he is overly dramatic. Elo.
I see. Well, like I said, Canadex did not warn me about who was coming, but in his way, he was uncomfortably accurate.
Yeah, I did notice that a lot. It's really strange.
Yeah, it's... Anyway. He was subtle while he was here, and he really only spoke to myself and a few of my aides. But, he didn't really explain why. And I was hoping that you might elucidate on that some.
Well, DM, could I? Probably not, because as far as Nico knows, he's been like that the whole time. Like, he's never really said much of anything.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that's him. Like, some days he will just dump a bunch of stuff on you, and other days he's like, yeah, this. And you're like, why? That's it. He just leaves it at that. And he's right. I don't get it.
Thanks, Dad.
But no, it's not like a dad kind. Oh, that's right. You're not even there.
Yeah. Just Nico talking to himself.
In Nico's defense, I'm pretty certain he sees everyone that way.
Yes. He
Yeah.
had access. He had requested access to some maintenance ports down in Donan. And after a scuffle, and we had heard some fighting or some chaos down there, he hauled himself out alongside his Rygar friend, and he just told me it was ready, and that the next part would arrive in 3 weeks. And to the day, here you are.
Where? Show me.
We will get to that. Right now, I have my own questions, and I'm sure you have plenty yourself.
Tin Man kind of leans over to Valen. Why does it always feel like we're dancing to someone else's tune?
I'm just glad it's not someone I knows too.
Just glad it's not a tune that comes out from under a hat. Because
One
information
thing-
is power. That is why you are always dancing to someone else's tune. But you have as much information that I want as I have that you want. And so instead of dancing to my tune or me to yours, perhaps we shall dance together.
That's the best dang suggestion I've heard in some time.
So you
Well, then,
mentioned you mentioned that something happened to the Rock of Brawl.
And I'm gonna get
Nico
this.
very dramatically just looks directly at Valen. Would you care to explain?
We're just
don't-
both looking at Valen.
How's it going? My name's Valen Yosai. Yeah, okay. While we were
Just
at
checking to see if he recognizes you.
Rock of Brawl, some things that I can't very well explain easily had happened. One of which being the Xerixian Navy showing up and obliterating it.
Jeez.
I would be surprised if there's anything left. It does appear they have released some type of new weapon that we don't know much about, other than it's very destructive. And that's really all we know. And I'm gonna look over at the guys and side eye. And we just ran. A portal opened up. Out of necessity, we went through it. On the other side, we encountered an anomaly of which I can't speak of too in depth right now. I don't fully understand. It may have been some type of mass psychosis or mass hallucination.
It was clowns. It was clowns.
We don't like to use the C
Doesn't like
word
clowns.
around here, so
Hmm.
it could have been a mass hallucination. We haven't verified that. It was very dangerous. We were able to defend ourselves. And shortly after, we were brought to the wonderful docks here, needing some help. And as
So just to
soon
fill in the
we got to your docks here for help, we were met with what I can only explain as nightmare fuel.
Hmm.
And I'm a little confused. You know? Just like you.
Well,
Dude.
You, did you hear news or tale of Radiclax's merger day?
I heard
Prince
it was-
Andrew? Sorry. go
Yes, the prince, the leader of the Rock of Brawl. I'd heard of it coming up, paid little
He's-
mind.
he's dead.
Rataclax?
Oh, no, no,
wouldn't
no,
we
no.
Wish. Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh. I see. Well, he had many enemies. I can't say I'm surprised.
But if Radiclax
his-
and him worked to set this up, Radiclax didn't show up, but the Xerixians did. Why do you think that is?
It's a good question. You're implying that perhaps Radiclax and the Xerixians are working together.
It does seem awfully convenient otherwise.
What do you know of the missing princess? Isn't that connected to this as well?
Missing princess.
There's loose connections, but I don't think we need to make any connect any dots here. A
I'd
loose
heard of
connection.
Mendazia. I'd heard that Mendazia was on a tear. I hadn't heard why, but that puts a few puzzle pieces together. The last I had heard, Merger Day was meant to be an unmitigated success for both Radiclax and Andrew. Puts Andrew on the map, and Radiclax gets another trade partner not within the belt. Extends his reach, his control.
Sounds to me like someone maybe offered him a better deal.
It is a
Y'all keep
sobering
talking.
thought.
Timman's gonna jump down from his little high chair, kind of work his way out of the thing, out of the curtain there. Y'all keep talking. I'll be right back.
Little squeaky toy noise gets comes from it.
Tin Man, the moment you step out of the curtains, any and all sound from behind you ceases.
Ooh, silence.
Mm. Where are
And
you
I
going?
Well, I think like Tin Man, we should all maybe take a trip
Take
to
a
the little
break.
Mm-hmm.
boys' room.
Yeah, let's take our 5-minute break. We'll be back.
Sounds good. We'll be right back.
Got caught up in it.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, what a great episode. Oh my gosh.
We're going to be back shortly here, but before I take my break, I got to do a few shout outs here. Big shout out to Adam's Family Gaming. You can see them down below. Go check them out. They have all the best D&D tabletop merch. You can get shirts, you can get hoodies, all of the best classes. There's DM merch, whatever you want. And if you search DDC, you'll find some of our merch there. It's the only place you can find it. Big shout out to Mythical Meats for giving us all the lovely snacks that we've been enjoying along our table. Use DDC Live at checkout for 15% off. Big shout out to Eldritch Foundry for all the minis we've been using in Table Tales and coming up live play. And sorry, I got a hiccup. I'm so sorry. We got plenty of new content coming up here. Go to our YouTube. Check out the new instructions and tutorials on how to play the Cosmere. We're going to have a Cosmere live play, actual live play coming this summer. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. But you got to go watch our YouTubes and learn how to play so it makes sense when you get there. Go to our YouTube, watch all our past episodes. Leave a comment. Say hello. Let them know Big Mash sent you. Hey, I really, really have to use the restroom here, so I can't stay and talk long. This is going to be, the rest of the episode is going to be great. It's been moving getting here. I'm a little upset no one recognized the line, but that's just me. So, anyways, we'll be back here shortly.
All right. Everybody back? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So as we left off, the party was speaking, well, the party, sans Jade, was speaking with Bolador Elo, and Tin Man had taken a moment to step away. Tin Man, what are you doing with your moment away?
I'm gonna go ramble my way up to the bar there, kind of sip, take a moment, breathe, listen to the hubbub. Sounds like the bar is pretty sparse at the moment. Kind of allow it to organically happen. Eventually, catch the bartender there. Do I draw his attention at any point?
Considering you're one of 3 people sitting at the bar, it takes probably about a minute before he looks up. You here to get something for one of your people?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a few drinks. Wet the whistle a bit back there. Keep conversation going.
Don't try and buy Elo with drink. Just a fair warning. He's a mean drunk.
I'll keep that in mind. Do me a favor and keep his thin.
You got it. You got anything specific you're after?
No, nothing in particular. But tell me, how long you been tending these bars?
Me, well, I've been... The bar bastion is... That's a tough question. The bar bastion itself is, probably as old as Kaiser Dome, but me, I'm just the most recent purveyor of the establishment. So I've been here probably... Well, there was the first decade, then the second, then the third, the fourth was fun. Just under 50 years.
Keep him busy then.
Keeping in business.
You wouldn't happen in all them fine decades of yours to recall when the last time you might have seen the silver liner.
Whenever the silver liner came here, he liked to keep his business quiet. He was famous for being here, and that served him. People just think a local hero needs a place to unwind.
I could certainly feel that in my servos.
Well, last time he was here was maybe 6-7 years ago.
As far as I knew, he long since done. Maybe he is. But I keep hearing these whispers, like he's still doing something, he's still out there. That or whatever his last year was, whenever it was. He seemed to leave quite a little bit of a mess. I wasn't trying to clean up. I wasn't trying to look into it. I figure the man be probably want his affairs left to himself. Like you said, only what works best for him, right? Yet here I am, 7 years after him. If you were to happen to see him again, ghost or as in flesh, tell him the satellite kid is looking for him.
I'll do that. And, who sends the honors?
He'll know. And I'll go ahead and put a gold coin on the table.
Gold?
Just a gold.
Last I heard, gold there was outlawed in the belt.
Yeah, I recently found myself in an interesting place.
I see. Well, keep your gold. I'll take a silver instead. As tip.
Sounds good to me then.
For your friend, he pulls up 3 smaller glasses and lines them up, and then he lines up another 3 on the other side. He pulls out a bottle and quickly fills each one. 3 shots for a legend. And he scoots 3 of them over to you.
Much obliged, sir.
He raises one, and he says, "To legends. Slancha." He taps on the bar, drinks.
I follow suit.
He does the same thing to the other 2.
Follow on the second one, on the third one, and to legends to be.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, nameless auto gnome. Next time you come through, tell Boladora that maybe he should actually keep a seat for you. It's kind of rude to leave the help out.
I think the help would appreciate that. They'll go ahead and gather up a couple of drinks and head back to the booth.
He prepares your drink, sets them down, and noticing that you're trying to, in your shorter, smaller, stockier arms, carry enough drinks for 4 people, the waitress from before steps over. Ain't nothing, darling. I got these for you. Go have your seat.
Much obliged, ma'am.
Of course. And she very expertly balances them between her fingers and moves over towards the where they are. Sorry, I'm losing my word. But and opens the slot, sets them down. On the house today.
And,
Boladora gives a nod.
Velen
Says,
kinda
I'll
just
settle my tab.
assumes it's because he's there.
I'll settle my tab later. She nods and closes the curtains.
Tim kind of
Jade.
settles himself back up. Sorry, I had to go to the little tin man's room.
Jade. You're on your way back to the Elatern, and probably about 30 minutes has passed while these 3 have made their way up to the upper part of Khazar-dûm with Boladora Elo. What are you doing specifically in these 30-ish minutes?
I was gonna follow Boswell back and hopefully get Scarlet to give me some information on Sable's whereabouts.
Scarlet heads off to work on the contacting Sable, as you had asked, and Boswell begins speaking with the individuals, the civilians or the refugees on the ship, seeing if he can use the registry that Zar and Velen had put together to help locate or even speak to folks that might have any connections that they might be able to lean on or find anything that can help in this moment. He's canvassing. You know well that might take some time, as he's got some 300 souls to speak to. And while you're sort of standing on the deck of the Elatern, people are filing out off of the ship, down the ship catcher, and into Khazar-dûm proper to find a spot to stay. You also notice Malik is there helping out in a fresh new uniform. You notice a single individual on the ground floor while you're up in the ship about 300 feet up, standing there staring up at you.
Can I roll perception? Do I have a read from them? Do I
You may.
know anything? I figure Jade will just kind of look off. She won't look directly at her or him, which is more of a, off the visor. See who it is.
With a 15, which I'd like to note was a roll of a 4, because you have a plus 11.
Holy
Incredible. Right?
Yo,
Um,
that's why.
My eyes have
Lovely.
eyes!
Looking out the corner of your eye down to sort of gauge what they're doing or why they might be there, they're staring directly at you. And you could see one hand is held up sort of like in front of them like this, while the other is doing a motion like this. And you notice they're reflecting a light up at you. Sort of a Morse code, as it were. Do you look at them in any specific manner, or are you continuing your out of your side look?
I recognize that as thieves' cant, is it not?
It is.
Yeah, I I notice them. Am I able
The-
to respond?
You lock eyes with a small metal individual, an autognome. An autognome that is wearing some sort of odd wig with long tousled black hair, and you can see that sort of painted or written on the chest with some sort of metal or marker is a small red gem. Their hands shift from reflecting the light to a rabbit, and then a rabbit moving quickly, and then I don't have the hand signal for it, but then, well, actually, I might. A fox chasing
Ooh.
that rabbit. And then they put 2 fingers behind their head.
Jade will follow suit. Chase the rabbit, as it were.
It gives a quick nod, seeing that you've recognized, and it starts moving off into a specific direction towards one of the darker areas or darkened areas of the Donin area of the Kaiser Dome. So the areas that are no longer being worked on or beyond repair. And you say you follow?
I follow. I make sure I have a couple daggers on me, of course. Pat myself before I go.
Mm-hmm. How are you following, and what demeanor are you following them?
I hug corners. I hug shadows. I just,
Mhm.
it walks 5 or 10 feet. I tail, kind of thing. I don't immediately walk suit. I would assume as we get closer to this darkened corner, I eventually head in.
He leads you, or it, I should say, leads you around some buildings towards some darker corners, but every time you think that they have stopped, they disappear around another corner. After a little bit of this cat and mouse, maybe a couple of minutes, the autognome stands in a dead end facing away from you. He seems to be scrawling something on the wall.
I know what that is.
I wasn't sure you'd find me, Jade.
I have a feeling I know who you are. Do you want to announce yourself?
He turns around, and it is simply an autognome of a common make, but in the darkness, with the wig and with the reflective red on the chest, is the unmistakable silhouette of Yarrow. I understand I don't look as you remember me. I needed to get your attention, but we cannot speak in the open, as is common for our type.
Of course. I imagine you have a lot to say.
I do.
Jade doesn't really look at him so much as she looks away and kind of puts her back to a wall and folds her arms, awaiting his spiel.
First, an answer to a question I'm sure you have. Whatever your Tin Man did to me, it has unshackled me.
My Tin Man?
Yes, the autognome that you travel with. He shot me.
How did he shoot you?
He has what's called a condenser unit. I'm not entirely sure about the details or how it works, but I do know that Magdalena wants it desperately.
She always wants something. You're saying he shot you? That's why you're not.
So I'm not as handsome as I was, yes.
Oops.
But Jade, I don't have much time while I'm still tethered to this vessel.
You're tethered to the vessel? You're not
Barely.
corporal. Barely. Okay.
It's
Someone did help me be here to speak to you. I'm still unsure, but in a moment of weakness, I accepted.
Jade's gonna reach into her neck and she's gonna pluck her jade fox pendant and she'll show it to him. Well, not really show it to him, more of like she'll just kind of hold it in her hand as she speaks to him. I never let go of it. I still have it. That's how you found me, isn't it?
The Astral Sea is interesting like that, isn't it?
It is.
Where the thought of someone can draw you to their side in a moment,
It can.
transcending time, distance. But Mother is moving. Elodra was sent to collect the dove, just as you were sent to collect the seed, and I was sent to collect that ship. We cannot allow Magdalena to get her hands on all three.
Of course not. That goes without question, but now that you mention it, of course, I'll do everything in my power to prevent that from happening. You know that.
Of course. There was another thing. He reaches into a pocket on the vest he's wearing, and he holds out a black card on cardstock with a silver outline on it and your own name written on it. It seems the Mother, Our Lady, no longer holds the door open for you, Jade. But I think that that means that she does not want you in Renasus.
Is that what I think it is?
It is. Elodra had it. It seems that she had a secondary objective. It wasn't just to recover the dove. It was to eliminate you.
And that goes without saying. I could have read that.
Of course. You always were clever.
She's not very subtle.
When is she ever?
She's really not.
But subtlety came with the other person that went with her. You wouldn't have known, and I didn't know, and except for, well, a moment of intervention, but Morana was also present on the Rock of Brawl. Why Morana is not in the vestiges of the garden is beyond me. But perhaps... Carry on.
I'm surprised Morana could even move. I assumed that Morana was stationary.
As did I.
The fact that it could move. Is that why you're wearing this?
I'm wearing this because I cannot find my body.
Did Morana give this to you?
No, I found this myself. Found this in a workshop. Yes.
Is it my understanding that it's the autognome was kind of possessed by his energy and is speaking to Marina?
Yes.
Okay.
But Jade, again, I do not have much time left. I become untethered by the moment, and just, if I'm honest, the one thing keeping me here is an anchor, and that anchor is you. But we've been through so much, but this is still alien to me. I've always been able to trust myself. And now there is no self. I can't have
see,
smoke. Sorry, I digress. You were saying.
Now you see tears well in Jade's eyes, but she keeps listening to what he's saying.
Back to the topic at hand. Lady Silhouette has also disappeared. Shortly after we discovered your mission was a failure, Mother and Morana had spoken at length. Something is moving, but Magdalena's unwavering eye cannot see, and I believe that is why she has Morana mobile now.
It's
But
very
judging,
Go ahead.
but judging by the fact that you are still alive, speaks that Elodra was ineffective. And, say for Sadie, she was your biggest detractor.
Sadie, okay?
I do not know.
I'll just find out in my dreams when
I'm not convinced this isn't all just some uncomfortable dream in and of itself. I'm not sure that Magdalena doesn't already have me in her snare and she's toying with me.
Probably toying with me through you. To be honest, we know she'll do that. But either
there's
way,
one. Sorry,
ahead.
say the piece.
You're giving me incredible amounts of information. So continue.
It is quite literally the least I can do in this moment, Jade. To see that, in some small way, I can still look over you. I am not gone, and I will not be gone. But I fear losing myself. Because when I am not tethered, I am awash in the astral sea. The boundaries of my mind fade and shimmer. There's always been one thing that we have had that Magdalena nor our situation could ever take from us. And it is the one thing that keeps me in this body in this moment. He steps forward and reaches out a hand.
Jade gives her hand.
Jade, I have about 60 seconds. And when I'm out there, I feel lost. Be my roots. Something to ground me, please. To prove to me that I am not under Sadie's influence, that I'm not being toyed with by Magdalena.
Of course.
Tell me that I can trust you.
Jade just wraps him in her arms. And she nods.
There's a moment of pause, and the mechanical arms wrap around you in turn. And a soft whisper comes from his mouth. Please say the words, Jade. Please tell me I can trust you.
You can trust me.
And as the last syllable leaves your mouth, the autonome goes limp in your arms.
It's like watching a Spanish telenovela. I wish I understood what was going on. It's incredible.
On the wall behind him, etched in some sort of chalk, is "Find Elodra to Swar."
She nods. She understands what that is.
Swar sounds familiar. Have I heard that word before?
You
Yes.
have. In fact, it's kind of important to you.
Players, remind me. What is to swar?
Remember that puzzle that was like really easy that Mark gave us that we couldn't figure out
Yeah.
with the letters?
Yeah, like all puzzles. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spelled out to swar.
And Tissoir is also
Base Kelp.
one. Yes, Tissoir is also near the One Brothers of Grey base, and it is also very nearby the Dodge, where you helped with the mining company.
Okay. Yep. It's all coming back to me now. sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta breathe. I wasn't even in that scene.
That was
Oh,
tough. That was a good one, guys.
So,
okay.
did he? Is he gone, or is he grounded? I'm confused. Was he like with Jade? We don't know. He just
I-
dissolved into dust.
Well, he handed you something.
Black card.
Oh,
Sounds like he's gone for the moment, but
Yeah.
the way the astral sea works, so long as you keep him in mind, he could potentially come back. You can be an anchor for him to rematerialize in the future.
yeah,
That's what I gathered. Yeah.
just anchor yourself.
Seems to me like the Jade Fox has a hard time doing that.
It seems Mark will catch it. Seems very secret history esque.
Jade, in the base of your spine,
Like a
you
cherry cola.
feel a tension and anxiety. It seems that whatever Yaroslav said has had an effect on Ephemera as well.
I figured as much.
I apologize for intruding. Her voice speaks into your ear.
You're not intruding so much as you're always present, dear. I'm sorry you had to see that.
I'm not. A queen needs a heart. And for a moment, I knew what it felt like to have one.
Surely you've had lovers in your past. Haven't you?
She fades back and stops speaking.
Just a nerve there.
Figured as much.
Don't misunderstand, Jade. There's still much we don't know about each other. Tin Man, Valen, and Nico. Let me get back to the other notes. Give myself a moment to breathe.
Oh man, yeah.
He's over here throwing back drinks.
Nico's half naked, just spinning on the table, and
Half? You put on pants?
Hey.
He is
We're on
more
public.
clothed now.
Okay. Now we have to blur him at all times.
No, see, it's the opposite. We're playing like we're drinking and stripping, and Nico's just putting on everybody's clothes while they're all getting naked.
He's got Tin Man's hat on.
Yeah.
Marina, for that just incredible scene as it was, I'm going to give you inspiration.
Great work.
Lovely.
Boladora sits at the end of the table watching Valen and Nico doing some sort of strip poker. And Tin Man very much on the other side of the table, mirroring Elo's own just bewilderment. I am not familiar with this game. I only know steady nines.
They're just blowing off some steam. It's been a stressful week.
Yes, as we were discussing, you had some souls aboard your vessel that need kept.
Not some 300, and like Nico will just rip off the exact count.
Yes, 284 falls within the purview of some.
When we were on our way out, it looked like there may have been a volunteer militia of sorts materializing to help cover our leave. I'd like to think that the rock isn't completely removed from the astral sea, as it were, but whatever condition it's in, it's not ready to take back more refugees. If we can get something positioned for these folks, something temporary, I'm sure they'll, in due course, make their way back home or back to others and elsewhere, but for now, that ship's a walking death trap. As our illustrious friend here just said, We seem to be a bit of a beacon for trouble, mass psychosis or otherwise. I'd much rather these folks be somewhere safer than in our hole right now.
It is interesting that call yourself a beacon for trouble. That is quite literally what Kazadone is made for. We are made to take the brunt of the unheards and unmentionables that decide to make themselves known to the more material individuals.
Like that little aberration ordeal.
Yes. Yes, I do believe that whatever they're after, it could very well simply be the annihilation of Kazadone. But I am not convinced, as the very beacon that is supposed to draw them in has ceased working. It seems to be transmitting on a different signal now, and even our most technically capable are incapable of figuring out as to why.
You say signal. So, let me get this right. You had a device that was transmitted as a beacon.
Correct.
Serving to bring in troublemakers and questionables.
Aberrants. Correct.
Okay. Slightly confused as to why you'd want to bring them here, but now you say it's transmitting.
It's the death
Not-
gate. You bring them here so you can fight them in your known territory.
Fish in a barrel.
Precisely. And so
But
that
they're
they
coming
don't slip-
prepared now.
Yes.
I mean, sorry. A beacon for aberrant things. They're intelligent. You're lit.
You don't understand something about the Veil, my friend. The Veil does not follow the typical laws of the planets and places you or I might have been. It doesn't even follow the typical laws of Kazadone. So when they emerge from wherever they are, the beacon is meant to set up in an individual place for them to do so. That way, they do not simply appear in city centers or where people are living.
As we nearly saw today.
Correct. Thankfully, much of their attention seems to be in Donan. I'm unsure as to why, but they seem to like or enjoy carving the place up. They've done so in a few different ways. The most recent you've seen is new to us. Some sort of psionic or energy drill that just carves through the steel.
Yeah, that was
How
mighty
long has this
terrifying.
How long has this been going? And actually, Mark, Nico would have hoped, like, during the attack, tried to figure
Yes.
out, like, signatures. It, like, Glean's like, okay, was it gravitational based? Like, is it in Nico's wheelhouse?
What you had gleaned from having witnessed it from the distance that you did, not an incredible distance as it were, was that it seemed to be almost a blunt weapon approach, as it was simply some form of energy. In this case, Bolador has confirmed that it's some sort of psionic energy that is being sort of whipped into a fury and then contained to sort of destroy or uproot whatever is in its field of influence.
So kind of like thinking like continuous flame, but in
Yes.
It's like
Except for
Okay.
like it
Oh.
continues to chew through.
antimatter, basically.
no.
And-
Like Nico going through is doing the permutations on magic and just trying to figure out. Okay, so no, you're onto something. It's not. They're not cutting up your city. They're searching for something. What? How long has this been going on?
The signal ceased about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not entirely certain as to the exact, but the attacks have been happening more and more often. I do believe that they understand that we are vulnerable, and should we manage to turn the beacon back on somehow, they know that they will be thwarted again. Kick us while we're down.
That's where I'm confused. if you
It
say
could
the
be that
beacon,
they're just looking for the beacon then.
no, I'm convinced that they're looking for the beacon, but I'm confused. You said the beacon is bringing them here. The beacon is meant to bring them here. Now the beacon is not functioning, and they're still coming here.
They want to kill
Yes.
it before it comes back online. It brings them here in a controlled and manageable manner. I guess you'd say it's the difference between approaching a castle with kill holes versus approaching a castle with the gate wide open.
Very eloquently said.
They want to make sure the gate stays open permanently.
Where is this beacon? Do you move it? Is it?
That, I believe, is why Canadex was here, but I have no proof as to why. The beacon itself was made when Kazodone was created, and we have only been told about it. It is somewhere within the machinations of Kazodone itself.
Well,
All right. Well,
maybe we
If
can
we don't
get-
know where it is, they cannot get that memory from us.
Maybe we can get our ship unloaded. We go back. Maybe we can help you out with this problem here.
That would be fantastic. And if I may, I also have one other request to make.
I'm sorry, I don't do autographs.
Who are you?
I thought you were gonna ask for mine.
Please continue.
That genuinely actually threw me for a second. Give me a sec.
That was brilliant.
Go ahead. Yeah. As I had mentioned before, that Cad Sipston of House Jennymead has gone off on some sort of bender and hasn't been back for several weeks now. He's been less than helpful while he's here, but he's more harmful when he's not. As for where he is, I do not know, but I do know that Cell of House Lakin, their wall guard, might have some information. And considering the fact that House Tower Lakin has not been attacked this time, she might have a defense figured out that we don't. So I would like you, one of you, all of you, I care not, to perhaps speak to her or some of hers to determine on the sly if they have some sort of hidden defense mechanism that we might take advantage of.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a problem really at all. The elite group of individuals we've assembled here could easily accomplish this task.
Of course, anything that we do come to learn, we're but vagrants. The memory stays with us. We don't stay on the dome.
Precisely. You're, we can say, expendable, however, I do not consider you so.
I understand pragmatism in the grand scheme of things. Not the first time I've been called expendable. Anything else while we're here?
Do you have any other questions for me?
When was the last time you heard word from Renasus?
Renasus sends us supplies once a month. And save for the representative of the house there, we hear very little.
You
Very well.
you mentioned Bladar and candidates were here 3 weeks ago.
Bladar, that was her name. Should be easy to remember considering she carries a massive blade on her back.
One quick question for you there.
One moment. What was your question, Nico?
Oh, you said they were here 3 weeks ago.
Correct.
Can you show me where?
You just arrived. How about you get some rest? Tomorrow morning, I will take you there.
Sounds good.
If we're lucky, we won't see another attack for another week.
Hey, real quick, old timer. You don't get too many
Yes.
Astral elves out this way, do you?
No, not really. Just the ones that pass through and the ones that live here now.
That explains a lot. Cool. Wait, some live here now?
Astral elves of any stripe? None that I would recognize as Zyrixian, as you might be concerned of.
I mean, I wasn't concerned, but thank you for crushing those concerns if I had them.
Of course, I don't keep an eye out for them particularly. They've done no harm to me, but I've only heard bad things about them.
Yeah, great people.
Great people.
And then
I'll take that under advisement.
I'll start getting up and heading for the door to head back to our ship.
I'll see you in the morning. First
Bright
bell.
and early.
He gives a wave and sits back.
As I'll leave, I'm gonna ask him, what happened to your leg?
Nico, you can't just ask people that.
You guys aren't there. I waited for you to leave.
Have you ever heard of a ship referred to as the Galatine?
No.
Well,
Wait. Yes. Actually.
Nico.
well,
friends of mine. A friend of mine. What? A friend of mine was brought to the Rock of Brawl on it.
well,
I think.
the former owner or captain of the Galatine, before I presume whoever owns it now in the Rock of Brawl, used to be a native to Torio. I fought him once. It was the last time I ever fought.
Did he?
It terrifies me.
What was it, Nico?
So he gave you the injury?
Yes. He was a red dragon named Dramax.
I will summon just the leg part of my armor, more or less like the struts, but like, what if I could give you some of the mobility back? Build you a brace.
He lifts his cane and sets it on the table, and he looks down wistfully at it for a moment, and you hear a click, and he pulls the head of it off, and a beautifully delicate, thin dragon spine sword pulls out of the cane. Like, it's got spikes in the back like a dragon. I do well now, but it is always at the back of my mind to be back in the fight. He snaps it closed. Show me a prototype. What you recommend, or whatever you suggest has been suggested before.
Look, you said you're gonna. We got until tomorrow before you get to take me. What do you got in terms of supplies around here? Where can I?
Well,
Where are the tinkerers?
You're looking
Not knowing that.
You're looking for Rowdy's. Rowdy's Recycling. It's just down the road, as most things are. It's run by the Rowdy brothers.
And then Nico will say, the prototype, might do you one better. Nico gives him that fake wink. Like Nico's face will just Nico's face will grow eyes just to wink once and leave.
It's like it's got like an eye ridge, like there's barely the shape of an eye indent, and it like winks.
He's got the Pepsi Man thing going.
Like flubber something.
And then
Flubber.
And then you cut to me and Tin Man, and I'm trying to teach him how to do the robot dance. I'm like, no, you got to move your arms more robotic, dude.
And just Tin Man's holding his belt doing a two-step. Like, it's all he knows.
Am I doing it right?
Line dancing.
Nico, as you go to leave, Rodis, the barkeeper, calls out to you. I heard you were heading down to the Rowdy Boys.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, keep your head about you. Things tend to explode around them.
really? Oh, where and like Nico gets
Don't
way
sell it
more
more.
excited.
Don't
It's
sell
like-
him more.
Wait. How often are we talking?
I mean, it'd be uncommon if you didn't hear it at least twice a day.
God, this is the greatest place ever.
You just like run past me and Tin Man like.
Oh,
dancing.
100%. Nico is full on. It's like
What the heck? Where the heck he's going? And,
the Rowdy Boys or something like that. The stuff explodes. I'm gonna build a leg. I'll catch you guys later. That's all you
Sounds
hear.
like-
Man, rowdy boys, stuff explodes, build a leg. He'll see us later.
All right.
Be careful, it's like a gift bunk in there.
Ooh, my olfactory senses are already tingling.
And then
Nico's like
Find
arms
ourselves
just up in the air, like 100% just punching the air the whole way.
and I'll turn
Let's
to
go
Tin
secure
Man
ourselves a place to rest.
and, like, what do you think of this dance move? And like do a robot kick the foot like 2-step.
Now that I can see catching on in Renaissance.
And I'll start like dancing my way out behind you as we go.
Go on, Captain. Let's go find ourselves to lay our heads.
Yeah.
And I think we're a couple minutes early, but I think that's a good place to stop for the night.
Oh, that was a great episode. Thank you for all that tuned in. That was amazing. Thank you all who played in it tonight, that showed up. Thank you so much. It was such a great one. Oh my gosh. Finally got my mask off,
Feels
so I
good
can
to be
talk.
back.
Yes, it does. It feels great.
It's good to
be
have
back.
you.
Hey, we're gonna be live all this week on the March for Cyberstan. We're gonna be playing some new games. We got some new shows coming out. Big shout out to all of our partners. Big shout out to Adams Family Gaming over at Etsy. Go check them out at etsy.com/Adams with a Z Family Gaming and get some merch. Tell them the DDC sent you. I'm getting out of here. I don't know what you guys are up to, but this was amazing. Mark, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, don't forget to wash your dice, and until next time, we'll see you in the stars.
Yeah. See you guys.